Some anime weren't bad. Some anime weren't bad. They weren't cancelled for controversy. They just ended. Today we're talking about OVAs and short anime series that clearly set up for more, but for one reason or another, never got a second season. We're talking about frustrating cliffhangers, countless unanswered questions, and incredible stories that were left tragically unfinished. These are the anime that live on in our memories, not for their epic conclusions, but for the potential they never got to fulfill. So grab your popcorn and get ready for a trip down memory lane as we explore the best anime that left us all hanging. First up, we have El Hazard: The Magnificent World. Released between 1995 and 1996, this 7-episode OVA series transported us to a massive, sprawling fantasy world filled with political intrigue, powerful priestesses, and fascinating character arcs. Makoto Mizuhara and his friends are whisked away from their high school to a land of wonders and dangers. The world building was immense, the character relationships were developing beautifully, and the main conflict with the Bugaram Empire was just getting started. It had everything: romance, action, comedy, and a genuinely epic scope. And then, it just stops. The OVAs were actually quite popular, but studio changes, staff shuffles, and shifting industry trends meant the grand story it was clearly meant to tell was never properly continued. We got some TV spin-offs, but they just weren't the same. The original OVA storyline was left hanging, a magnificent world lost to time. Next, let's talk about a true masterpiece, Giant Robo: The Animation. This series ran from 1992 to 1998. And yes, technically, its main story arc did conclude. But what many fans don't know is that its creator, the legendary Yasuhiro Imagawa, planned an entire expanded universe of OVAs that tragically never happened. Giant Robo was envisioned as the centerpiece of a massive, interconnected saga drawing from the works of Mitsudaru Yokoyama. We were supposed to get spin-offs focusing on other characters, prequels diving into the tragic history of the experts of justice, and sequels that would have expanded the conflict even further. The scale was meant to be gargantuan. But after the incredible effort and budget poured into the original 7 episodes, the plans for this grand universe were quietly abandoned, leaving one of the most ambitious projects in anime history unfinished. Have you ever seen an anime with so much potential packed into a single episode that it hurts? That's Metal Skin Panic Madox 01. Released in 1987, this 40-minute OVA is a burst of pure, high-octane mecha action. A young mechanic accidentally gets trapped in a cutting-edge military power suit, and chaos ensues. The animation is absolutely incredible for its time, with fluid, detailed action sequences that still hold up today. Fans who saw it back then were convinced this had to be the pilot for a full series. It had a likable protagonist, a cool concept, and a world ripe for exploration. But alas, it was designed from the start as a standalone OVA. It was a showcase of talent, a brilliant proof of concept that left viewers desperately wishing for more power suits, more explosions, and more glorious 80s chaos. Speaking of 80s chaos, let's talk about Dominion Tank Police. This 1988 OVA series is just pure, unadulterated fun. Set in a polluted, futuristic city, it follows the wild exploits of the Tank Police, a squad that causes more property damage than the criminals they're chasing. The characters are eccentric, the humor is bizarre, and the vehicle designs are delightfully insane. The world felt so alive and full of strange possibilities. Now, it technically had follow-ups, like New Dominion Tank Police, but the tone shifted, the original voice cast didn't return, and it just lost that special magic. The original 4-episode OVA felt like a perfect setup for a long-running series about this quirky, trigger-happy police force, making it feel like a one-season wonder whose unique charm was never truly recaptured. Now for a legendary what-if in anime history, Dragon S Heaven from 1988. This single OVA is a breathtaking piece of art. It presents a post-apocalyptic mecha fantasy where the last human lives alongside her loyal robot guardian, Cheyenne. The lore is massive, hinting at a great war between humanity and sentient machines, in a world still recovering centuries later. The visual design, especially for the mecha, is stunning and incredibly unique. this was clearly meant to be the prologue to something much, much bigger. The world was too detailed, the backstory too rich, for it to be just a one-off. But only one OVA was ever made. It remains a beautiful, tantalizing glimpse into a fantasy epic that never was, a true gem for fans of classic mecha and world building. Similarly, we have Yoshiaya, or the King of Fairies. Another 1988 OVA, this one takes us into a charming and mystical fantasy world. It's a classic tale of a young boy who discovers he is connected to a magical realm and must embark on a quest. The art style is beautiful, reminiscent of classic storybook illustrations, and it established a world filled with fairies, magic, and adventure that had so much room to grow. It felt like the beginning of a grand adventure, the first chapter in an epic fantasy saga. But after this single release, it just quietly faded away. No sequel, no remake, no continuation. It's a forgotten piece of fantasy anime that left its magical door open but never invited us back in. Finally, we have to talk about Cyber City Edo 808. 3 episodes. Endless potential. This 1990 cyberpunk classic introduced us to Sengoku, Gogol, and Benton, 3 criminals forced to become futuristic cybercops. Each episode focused on one of the trio, giving us a taste of their personalities and skills while building out the dark, high-tech world of Edo. The gritty atmosphere, the killer soundtrack, and the stylish action were a perfect combination. Fans were absolutely certain this was the start of a full-blown series. We were just getting to know these characters in this city. It was the perfect setup for a longer narrative exploring their pasts and the corrupt society they policed. But it ended just as it was hitting its stride, leaving us with one of the coolest, most stylish, and most frustratingly short anime ever made. These anime didn't fail, in many ways, they succeeded too well, creating worlds we desperately wanted more of. They just stopped. Which one of these do you think deserved a season 2 the most? Let me know in the comments. And for part 16, what should we explore next? How about anime that got weird, unnecessary sequels, or maybe anime that completely changed genres halfway through? Tell me what you want to see. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into anime history.